Welcome to Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A Visa debit card. Show your Wildcat spirit and get your free debit card today. Visit them at hughesfcu.org, federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome to another edition of Wildcat Weekly with head coach Sean Miller. Cats back from their first true road game of the season, and now they get 5 straight at home before Pac-12 play opens. It all starts Wednesday night against Fresno State. More on that in a minute, but Coach, congratulations. Anytime you win on the road, a true road win, how much boost does that give your team in terms of its confidence and its development at this stage of the season?
Well, Brian, you're right. It gives us both. And, as you know, following us as closely as you do, the last several years, I think that's really happened with our most recent teams, where going on the road, I remember being at UTEP last year where we played really well in the first half. And as often is the case, they made a great run at us. The arena became very loud. Didn't look good for a short period of time. We fought through it, overcame it, and left with the great feeling that it's really hard to have in college basketball or college sports, and that is to leave with a road victory. But that builds confidence for the road games in the future, especially in Pac-12 play. So going to Spokane, it's an area of the country that Washington and Washington State were up there anyway, and to be able to go in and play against a team and a program of their stature and find a way to win. And I think that's how I would describe what happened. I think will, again, give us much needed confidence moving forward. I think it prepared us well for some of our away from home tests. And, that was our 4th consecutive game away from McHale, 3 in California and then moving there. So it's 4 at home so far, 4 away from home. And now you're right. I'm excited, and I think we all are, of staying here in McHale for a few weeks, finishing up our final exams in the semester, and then moving towards the Christmas break.
All right, 2 individuals I wanted to ask you about in the Gonzaga victory. Alonzo Trier and the boost he gave your team at the end of the first half, and then Gabe York early in the second half.
Well, Alonzo's finding his way, and it happens a lot with young players, especially young talented players. It's hard to judge them on the month of November or even the month of December as well. When you get into conference play, it's tough to judge them on their first several conference games. It's just everything's new. And every time they go through something that's new to them, I think for us as coaches, it's hard for us to expect them to be a finished product. But I think you see with Alonzo, it's just a matter of time before his talent takes over. And I like him and Gabe as a 1-2 punch on the perimeter. And you get Ryan Anderson as a scorer, and then finding guys around those 3 is to me our quest right now. But Alonzo played a pivotal role in our victory against Gonzaga. Gabe, just the opposite. When you're in your 4th year and you've been through so many of the games that he's been in and having the role that he's had and that role growing over his career, I wouldn't say you expect that from a guy, but you shouldn't be surprised as a coach when someone like him steps up the way he did. But if it wasn't for Gabe York in that 8-minute segment that he had in the second half, we would not have won the game. He had some tough shots, he had some big shots, but as a senior, he gave our team a boost of confidence, and I thought played a great game. I was disappointed he missed the free throws at the end. First of all, it would give us a little bit more cushion down the stretch. Brian, he's a great free throw shooter, as you know, but it also cost him 20 points. He would have been a 20-point scorer in that game, which he should have been.
True fans live for their team. They buy the gear, they order the tickets, they pay for the seats and the experiences. For those true U of A fans, thankfully there is Hughes Federal Credit Union, offering the latest payment choices such as U of A debit cards, paying online, paying a friend with pop money, or using Apple Pay with your mobile phone. Show your U of A spirit and put technology and convenience at your fingertips. Hughes Federal Credit Union, smart choice.
Wildcat Basketball Weekly continues, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union.
With this 5-game homestand before conference play starts, are there specific things that you hope to build within your team before the first Pac-12 game?
Definitely, and not to at all underestimate what we're up against, in each of these 5 contests, especially without Caleb and especially with where our team is. We're going to be tested in each and every game, starting with Fresno this week. Our goal is to win every one of them, and it's going to be a very, very tough task as you look at the schedule of those 5. But we want to grow. We want to improve in every aspect. As the academic workload dissolves here over the next week and a half, it allows our team for the first time since we've come together to have nothing on their plate but basketball. Then we go home for, I think, a much-needed Christmas break. But then we also return because we play Arizona State after Christmas, we have an extended opportunity to practice there. So development and improvement is going to be huge during these next 6 weeks.
Cats have 2 home this week against Fresno State and Missouri. That'll do it for this edition of Wildcat Weekly.
Thank you for watching Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A debit card. Visit them at hughesfcu.org, federally insured by NCUA.